Boy family. I just want to do a quick one, 30 minutes before I go. Okay. Okay. So the just concluded presidential election in Liberia. It's a lesson. There is something there that we must learn. There's a lesson that we must learn from the just concluded election in Liberia. Of course, so many people don't understand what has happened before, and that is why I want to share a little bit of insight before I move. I just have 30 minutes to do this. So I salute you wherever you are. Thank you very much for joining me, the City Boy family. We are always kings and queens and we overcome the world. You see, the reason why I'm doing this because I have seen so many disobedient children, obingos, hailing the elections in Liberia. In fact, I saw a tweet from Ubi. I saw a tweet from Obi saying that there is democracy in Liberia because of the election that just happened. That there's democracy in Nigeria, and I saw some Obi, what do they call it? Some IPOP criminals also doing the same thing. That that there's Liberia, there's democracy in Liberia, unlike Nigeria. That there's no democracy in Nigeria. Those guys are a bunch of criminals because they know what is going on, but they want to use every incident to keep exposing their criminality. You understand me? The same Liberia, many of you don't know years ago, before George, is it George Way or whatever they call him? The you know the ex-president now, because it's now ex. Soon the new president is going to take over. Joseph, is it Joseph Bukai or whatever they call it? I get it me now. Before now, many of you don't know. As at the time that George came into office as a president, Liberians were so happy and excited that there's going to be a new president that is going to change things for them. Before then, they used to have was it a lady that they were not happy. So now they brought George, and they were so excited that George is going to come and change the situation in Liberia. Today, the people of Liberia say, no, we don't need George anymore. That George is not fulfilling his promise. George is not doing what he said he's going to do. Are you getting me now? So there is something that we must learn. You understand me? Because just like many of these obedient bingos, they were shouting. Oh, they were shouting, Obingo, Obi. Thank God Obi did not come. Because if Adibin Obi came to Nigeria, it would have been a disaster. But Obi did not make it. He can never make it. I get it. He will never make it. You understand me? That was the same way some of the Liberians were shouting when George came. They were saying that George is a footballer, a successful footballer. He has been a successful footballer. So, and they were thinking that, because he has been a successful footballer, he's a youth that is going to come and change Liberia for them. They were so excited. But look at the story today. They kicked George out because he did not do whatever they were thinking. I get him now. He couldn't perform. He couldn't do what they were expecting. I get him now. I don't know if you have seen the happiness of the people that are so excited. You know, the people are so excited that they have a new president now, which is Joseph. Is it Joseph Bukai? They are so happy. Many people are coming on the street. In fact, the excitement is too much. I think I captured some of them. Let me show you this one. Wait, let me see if it's this one. Let me look at the happiness of the people of Liberia. See the happiness. I got this one. Can you see this one?
New president, new hope.
New president, new hope.
President-elect Joseph Bukai.
Did you hear that?
Streets of the Liberian capital Monrovia to bust a few moves and celebrate the win.
You see that?
It was a tight race, but in the end, incumbent president and former international footballer George Weah conceded defeat.
So now many people know how international footballer, that is the name they call him, international footballer George Weah. George Weah. He was an international footballer that so many people, as at when George Weah came into office, what year was that? Let me go and check the year. Because me, I'm not interested in all this their rubbish. For me, I just bring the real information there. Let me go and look when he took over office. George Weah. He was an international footballer. He was doing well as a footballer. And so many Liberians were so excited that, this man is going to come and change Liberia for them. Are you getting me now? Wait. I want to see. Because I don't know. I can't remember when he became the president. Okay. Bang, bang. Okay, yes. He became the president. That was George Weah became since 2020, January 22, 2018. That was when he became the president, right? 6 years. 6 years. He's been in office for 6 years. and there's nothing to write home about in Liberia. The Liberian people are not happy that, oh, this man who was an international footballer. Now I'm even hearing that now the Liberian president is now sponsoring his son. You know, he's traveling everywhere using Liberian money, sponsoring his son and watching football of his son. You know, going to watch his son perform. You know, play football. You know, understand? But look at it. As an international footballer, many people in Liberia were expecting that George Weah will come and help them solve the challenges of Liberia, but that did not happen. You understand me? That did not happen. What is the lesson that we are going to learn here? Because I noticed that the Obingos and Obingos Bingos, the Biafra IPOP criminals are hailing the elections in Liberia. I see that the IPOP criminals are hailing the election in Liberia. I see that Obingos, that tells you that Obi is a boy and he will be a failure forever. You understand me? They are hailing the election that happened in Liberia, but they have forgotten the story. They don't want to point out the story that George was a failure. As it's not just a failure. People were expecting him to be the savior of the Liberian people, but it turned out that he was a failure. Are you getting me now? Because it's a big failure that the people of Liberia say, no, we don't want it. Because if he's performing, the people of Liberia will say, okay, let us continue. We are happy with him. But no, the people of Liberia are not happy. In fact, according to the story from first-hand information, that the people of Liberia, in fact, are lamenting. They regretted ever bringing George Weah into as a president. But initially, when just like during the election, initially they were so excited that George Weah, as an international footballer, is going to come and help them in Liberia. Today, the story has changed. All of us should go and thank God that Obi or Atiku or any other person did not win election in Nigeria. If not, it would have been a disaster for us. Trust me. People that do not have leadership skills, leadership character, like Obi or Atiku, can never solve the problem of the country. You understand me? You know, some few people will be so excited, thinking that, oh, this is a savior. Just like they were singing, Nnamdi Kanu is a savior. They started singing, Obi is a savior. But thank God that did not happen. Are you getting me now? Because I noticed that all of them are hailing a Liberia election, including Obi, saying that, oh, there is democracy in Liberia. Who told you there is democracy in Liberia? The people made their choice and it happened. Just like what happened in Nigeria. The people made their choice in Nigeria and it happened. And President Tinubu is our president. And we're excited about it. Are you getting it now? So, but my point is that how come the Obingos, IPOP Biafra terrorists, they have refused to highlight that there is a story behind the victory of the new president in Liberia? They have refused to highlight it. They refuse to highlight that there's a story behind it, that they now have a new president because there's a story. That George supposed to come second time. It is. I think in Liberia they do 6 years, another 6 years, just like that. So George just finished his 6 years, which means if he's performing well, he's supposed to come back. That is what the Obingos fail to highlight. That is what the Obingo from the southeast, they fail to highlight, because they continue to deceive their brothers and sisters from the southeast. I have said it before that most of the people from the southeast, they need help. They need education. They need deliverance, if you want to call it deliverance. They completely need deliverance, because any small thing they will just follow. They will just follow without thinking, without having sense. But we will understand what has happened. Look at it. International footballer, you know, thinking that it's going to bring peace to the people of Liberia. It's going to bring the economy, excellent economy to the people of Liberia. The people of Liberia say no. After his 6 years, they have discovered that it's a disaster. Just like Obi could have been a disaster. But thank God, Obi has been a disaster right from Anambra State. And we did not, because we knew that Obi was a disaster in Anambra, we can never perform as a president of Nigeria. And that is what happened. Also, so do not be carried away by the praises of people who do not have information. Are you getting me now? The same thing shows that Obi is so naive, he's a boy, and he can go nowhere. And the same thing with IPOP Biafra criminals. As election happened in Liberia, if you notice, the only people hailing Liberia or election is the IPOP. Let me say the Igbos from the southeast. Most of their write-offs is from them. If you go online now, you will see the write-off from IPOP, from Biafra, from Obi, from all their criminals saying, oh, look at election. They are using the election in Liberia to compare to what is happening in Nigeria. These guys are a bunch of criminals. Just like Obi has been doing, comparing things in Nigeria to India, Malaysia, and all of that. You understand me? Because they are a bunch of failures. Because they don't know the story. They don't understand the story. Because if they understand the story, they will be ashamed of themselves to be talking rubbish. You understand me? George Weah, the incumbent, of course, president of Liberia, just finished his 6 years, which means he's supposed to go for the second time if he has performed well. But he cannot, because the people of Liberia said no, he's not doing well. Though initially, when he was time, when he's about to when he wanted to come into office, they were excited, thinking that using his experience as an international footballer, he's going to come help them. But it became a disaster. And remember, George Weah is a youth, or was a youth, because he's still a youth. Let me tell you, when you hear some of the criminals from the southeast, IPOP Biafra, they say, oh, we need a youth. Give youth the chance. This man is a youth. Look at it. He was, let me look at his date of birth, because I don't carry any of this in my head. Let me look at his date of birth. When was he born? This is George Weah, an international footballer. You know that they say, oh, we're supposed to come and change the situation in Liberia, but it became a disaster. We have received first-hand information of the torment and the issues that people are passing through in Liberia because of this man. You understand me? He's a youth, oh. Where is his date of birth? I can't see his way. Let me look for his date of birth. I want to show you, you understand me, that we understand what is going on, and thank God it did not happen. A former soccer player who was successful in his game, in his football. He was a success in his football. So if you are success in your football, doesn't mean that you become a successful leader. I've said this thing before. Leadership, some people say leaders are born or leaders are made. But you see, leadership, you need experience, you need capacity. Are you getting me now? So that is what happened. Hold on. He was born in 1966. This man was born in 1966. Honest B. Ifeanyi Otuma. Thank you very much. You see, you guys are from the Biafra. They are from IPOP. You are from Southeast. You lack history. You lack knowledge. I can tell you that you guys lack knowledge. we have a lot of information, and we are giving you because you don't know. You never know it. You are saluting this thing. You follow Obi. This man is 57 years old. Is he not a youth? Why did he not perform? That is the question. Lessons that we must learn from Liberia. Why did George Weah, a youth, was born in 1960s, 1st of October 1966, 57 years old, cannot perform in Liberia? That is what Obi failed to point out to his followers. I did not see Obi pointing out to his followers, but Obi was hailing democracy in Liberia. But forget the foundation, the main issue, the root cause of the problem, and the main issue. They did not talk about it. George, who is a youth, 57 years old, is it 50 something years old? 57 years old, that's supposed to lead the people of Liberia to the promised land, could not lead the people of Liberia to the promised land. An international footballer, a successful former soccer player who was so successful in the US and everybody was hailing him. And when he wanted to become the president of Liberia, people say, oh, God have done it, that this young man is going to come save Liberia, but he could not save Liberia. Ask me, what did you think was the problem? What did you think was the problem? No leadership skills. It's not by hailing people, shouting for you that will make you to perform. He came and became a failure. George Weah became a failure as a president of Liberia. And today, the people of Liberia kicked him out. Yet Obi is coming to tell us, oh, some people say, oh, let the youth. Which youth? Is it these people from the southeast that I'm seeing running propaganda everywhere that will become the president of Nigeria? God forbid. Thank God that they fail. Now, I want you to listen to these updates. I think this is from their, what did they call it? This is after the election. This is the statement that he made. Some people say he considered defeat, of course. But he's a failure. He was a failure. Pay attention to this.
Bukai stood as a member of the Unity Party on a platform focused on agricultural development, improving road infrastructure.
And from the story, I think Joseph was his vice president, was his second man, and then become the president. Why? Why did that happen? I wanted to play this thing, but I don't like the music on the ground. But I want you to understand this. When you see Obingos, IPOP, Biafra people talking rubbish. They are saying, oh, look at, they are comparing Nigeria to Liberia. These guys are a bunch of criminals because they thought that we don't know the story. You understand me? You understand me? They now look at this guy now was George. George. See, thanks. We should go and thank God in Nigeria. Every Nigerian should go and thank God. This George now that the people of Liberia kick out of office, he's just 57 years. But guess what? They now go, they voted a 78 years old man into office. Joseph Boakai now is 78 years old. Ask yourself, why did they choose a 78 years old man to George, who is a young man, 57 years? It is when only something happens to you begin to learn. It is Nigeria or Africa do not need young people to, young people can never even save Africa. I'm telling you, because even if young people get into that office, they become the worst. I've said it before many times. We have seen so many governors who were young people today. There's nothing to write them about. Even Obi was a young man as a governor in Anambra, nothing to write him about. So we understand the story. We are so blessed to have President Tinubu today. I'm not going to waste too much because I just want to do 30 minutes conversation, and this is my highlight. Go and tell Obingo's IPOP Biafra criminal from the southeast, trying to compare Nigeria election to Liberia, that they are a bunch of criminals, and we know that, and we understand it. It doesn't matter the comparison of Liberia to Nigeria. Nigeria is the giant of Africa, and everybody knows. It doesn't matter the propaganda of Obi and IPOP people from the southeast can never change the story. We love President Tinubu and will continue to be a president. Obi can never be our president. Go and ask yourself, why did the people of Liberia choose Joseph Boakai, a 78 years old man, and rejected George Weah, an international player of 57 years old? You understand me? You understand me? We are so much lucky that we do not have Green Gory Obi, because it could have been a disaster. Thanks to Almighty, because we are. They save us. The Almighty save us. The gods of the land save us. Our ancestors save us from Obingos, from the propaganda of the people from the southeast. They are a bunch of criminals. I have said it many times that these guys are a bunch of criminals. Are you going to tell me that they don't know the story? They know the story. They know that George Weah, an international footballer who came from the US, and the people of Liberia, they were so excited that this man, who is a successful player from the US, will come and save the Liberian people. Now, let me play a statement of one of the videos that I got from the incumbent, of course, George, whatever his name. I want to play what he said. Now, look at what he said. And if you look at what this man said now, this is George. Listen to him. Listen.
When we came from refugee camps, there's a few, when I say things that we've been through, and a lot of people believe that, oh, we just talking about, but that's what leadership in this country. When the president was here, you have an open tap car, he sees the car from you, and the president wear the shirt, you wear the same shirt, security come to you and take the shirt from you. But you're not so interested in the president. But today is a total democracy win, where people have their freedom of speech, where they have their liberty, they can speak anytime, where you don't have any political prisoner, not even one journalist that in prison. It's all about the peace. It's all the peace of the country. So, and that's why I always ask Liberians to be peaceful, because we have our own experience, and we don't want to go back to where we came from, refugee camps. There's a few.
So that is the incumbent George. He's saying that look at what he has done, that he has changed everything, that people are no longer going to prison, refugee camp, people who don't want to go back to work, that there's freedom of speech. So freedom of speech is now what he did, is his performance as a president. Can you imagine that stupidity? So so freedom of speech is now what he gave to the people of Liberia. Is that? You see, IPOP criminals, especially all those stupid idiots from the southeast, bingos, they are a bunch of criminals. I have said this thing many times, and everybody will begin to understand that these people, IPOP Biafra, they are a bunch of criminals from the southeast. Look at it. Look at what the man said, the president. He said, after all this, did the people vote for him? No, because he's nothing. He's deceiving the people. As an international player, could not save the people of Liberia. The same thing that Obi could have done. But thanks to Almighty, that Obi did not win. and he can never win. He can never become the president of Nigeria. You understand me? Obi can never become the president. I'm telling every day, I keep assuring you people, 2027 is already at the corner. Very, very soon. It's happening. Ikenna Obukagu say you are useless, loquacious fool. Exactly. Uzoma Gerard, he say, here Nacho, say, this guy, can you close your mouth for one day? No, we can't close our mouth. For what? You try to close my page is still functioning. So don't worry yourself. Datanya say you are a fool to use the word. Can never. Are you God? Yes, we are gods. If you don't know, Obi is a scam, big time scam. You know, Obi is a big time scam. Olayinka Abraham said, honestly, Nigeria was lucky to not have Kringori as a president. Exactly. That's what we are talking about. That's what we are talking about. Prince, I salute you, Prince. He said they now voted 78 years old man. Can you see it? So the people of Liberia choose 78 years old man. They decided to choose 78 years old man instead of 57 years. It means that there's something that they have seen. You understand me? There is something that the Liberian people have seen. And I'm so excited for the Liberian people that they have now been able to set themselves free from the so-called young people syndrome. Because George, as a young person, president of Liberia, could not save the people of Liberia. As an international footballer who was a success in football, which there's no doubt, we cannot take that from him. As a successful former soccer player in the US, that is his skill, that is his field, that is his profession. He is not useful as a president of the country. You understand me? And that is the truth. You see, that is the truth. I've never seen, there is nothing to write him about Obi or any of those people from the Southeast. They are a bunch of criminals running propaganda. In fact, I saw a video of Irwanyan, is it Irwanyan or who, telling them that, oh yeah, let us begin to develop our space. And somebody made a video and said, no, that we should not develop our space. We should, instead of that, we should get our country, be a fraud, this and that. These are a bunch of criminals. I've told the people that these guys are a bunch of criminals and they will continue to be criminals forever. And they will never be president of Nigeria. You understand me? That is the truth. They will never be president of Nigeria. They will never be president of Nigeria. Okay. Now let me read to you what made me to come to do this video. You understand me? This is from Peter. Wait, Peter Obi. This is the reason why I'm doing this, because I saw the tweet. By the way, President Goodluck Jonathan is celebrating 66 years old, of course, today. Happy birthday. Now, wait, let me I'm looking for the tweet of Obi. This is one day ago. Obi said, I have followed with very keen interest the just concluded and seamless presidential elections in our West African neighbor, Liberia. I congratulate the declared winner, former vice president and now president-elect of Liberia, His Excellency Joseph N. Boakai of the Unity Party. Salute their national institutions, particularly he said particularly the Electoral Commission of Liberia, who by their respective exemplary conduct have added Philip to the credibility of the elections, and in so doing strengthen democracy in Liberia and Africa. Liberia has set a high bar for African countries to follow in the way they have conducted and concluded the presidential elections without rancor and litigation. This is a criminal. This is a bunch of this is from Obi. Can you see it? This is from Obi telling us that Liberia set a high standard for us. How can Liberia set a high standard for us for election? Do you see that? How can Liberia set a standard for us for election? These are the people that have been bringing down the country. Obi, people from the Southeast. People from the Southeast have been bringing down the country, including Obi, running propaganda on Nigeria. How can Liberia set an example of democracy for us in Nigeria? Liberia. How can? Without telling the story of what happened, is George, the incumbent president, 57 years old, is he not supposed to come back as for second time if he's performing well? So that is to tell you that these guys are a bunch of criminals. That is the end of the story. There is no need to talk too much. But thanks that we defeated all defeatables, including all their propaganda from now to. Thank you very much, Prof. I see you. You understand me? Somebody said, Wilfred said, George Weah came to make name for himself by becoming the president of Liberia. Olayinka said, the mess Nigeria is now was brought upon by the leaders in their youthful age. Exactly. Obasanjo was a youth. Buhari was a youth. Mention all of them. Ojukwu, all those are people. Aguiyi-Ironsi, Azikiwe, all of them, they were youth. What did they bring to the country? Adekunle Sani say, great job. Well appreciated. More blessings. Thank you very much. We know what we are saying. Thanks to President Tinubu for taking the mandate and to deliver the country. These guys are a bunch of criminals. We will talk about it in detail because I don't have much time. It's morning and I need to do one or two things. You understand me? But you see, the truth is that we know what we are talking about and we have defeated all the people. I say there is no criminal from the Southeast that will become president of Nigeria, whether they like it or not. Whether you like me or you want to fight me, you fight me. That's your choice. But we are going to defeat you. We are always defeating you. Rufi say, I'm watching from Owerri, baby making factory in Imo State. Oh God. Wait. Did you say that there's a baby making factory in Imo State? That is, by the way, we saw the video trending on Al Jazeera, right? There's a video from Al Jazeera that there's a baby. I don't want to talk. I don't. Hey, Bola Kelly, thank you very much. We appreciate your effort. Thank you. I salute you. Wilfred say, please ask Pero Obisco if the presidential election of the 5 Southeast states are free and fair without any rigging. Don't mind bunch of criminals. I've told them before. Issa Bolaji say, good morning, brother. God bless. Thank you very much. Liberia, who Nigeria rescued from destruction, is setting standards for Obi. That's why I say these are a bunch of criminals. Thank God Obi can never be president of Nigeria. I've told you before. Obi can never. How can you say Liberia set a standard for Nigeria? What nonsense! This is the same man that have been comparing Nigeria to Malaysia, Indonesia. This nonsense talk. And the people from the south are hailing him because they lack knowledge, they lack history, they don't know anything. They only believe in counting money from Onitsha. Simple. I've told you this many times. They don't have sense. You understand me? Because if somebody was supposed to tell the story of what happened in Liberia, it's supposed to start from George. Because before George came in, there was a lady, a woman who was, I think, the president of Liberia. People were suffering and all of that. And they thought that George, an international soccer player, will come to save them. And they were happy. People voted for George to become the president of Liberia. But look at it today. 57 years old man could not save the young generation of Liberian people. 57 years old man, George, could not save the people of Liberia. And today the people stood up and they vote him out. And somebody like Obi is coming to tell us that, there's democracy in Liberia. And we want to use the opportunity to talk rubbish against our judiciary and our INEC. That is their aim. That is the aim. You understand me? Somebody say one day Obi will become president in India or China. Then that means that what you are trying to say that it can never happen. You understand me? It can never happen. It can never happen. It's a shame. Big shame. Big shame that somebody who wanted to become president of the country is bringing down the country. And he says he's a president. God forbid. God forbid. What did I say? God forbid. I like this one. God forbid. You understand me? God forbid. And they were hailing, what do they call it, George for accepting defeat. So they were hailing George for accepting defeat. What about Obi? Did Obi accept defeat? So what is the example? What are they even talking about? George came, he lost election. George came and accepted defeat and said, oh, he lost it. He took it. He won election. Obi that did not even become third in election, he could not even come to man enough to tell his people, oh, I have tried, I failed. Maybe I'm going to try it next time. Could not even accept it. Up to today, Obi has never congratulated our president. Obi has not congratulated President Tinubu. Atiku not congratulated President Tinubu. Can't you see? How can these people progress in a country where they don't want? No, I'm asking that question. Obi up to today have not congratulated our president, but he was quick to congratulate Liberia president. Maybe Obi is a Liberian. He should go there. Did you see what I'm talking about? Up to today, it's been almost 5 months or 6 months now. Obi has not congratulated his own president, but Obi was quick to congratulate another president for another country, saying that there is democracy there. Did you see it? And you say you want to become president of Nigeria. Let us see how Obi will become president of Nigeria. I've said this thing many times. Let us see how Obi will become president of Nigeria. We are watching. We want to see how Obi will become president of Nigeria. But this one is not a prayer. We are not praying. We are not talking too much about that. So, anyways, guys, I've done my 30 minutes. That is what I wanted to just talk about. You see, so when you see the Obingos hailing election in Liberia, talking about Liberia, they are a bunch of criminals. Obingos, bingos, IPOP, Biafra criminals. You understand me? They are a bunch of criminals. They lack history. They lack intelligence. Who say Obi is smart? Obi is not smart. How can Obi be smart? If he's smart, he could have been the president of Nigeria. If Obi is smart, he could have been wise to congratulate and accept defeat. These are a bunch of criminals, man. You learn from what they are doing. If Obi is smart, he's supposed to be exalting his country, criticize when it needs to be criticized. You understand me? But Obi is not. So please, is okay. Oh, yes, Obi is smart for the people from the southeast because we have smart people in other places, in other regions, smarter people, intelligent people. Obi is like a model of leadership in the southeast. Simple. That is what they have. So they have to maybe praise what they have only in the southeast. Simple. Maybe that's the way we can put it. So guys, it's been a wonderful conversation. I don't have much time. I have to go. Remember, Liberia or whatever can never set the standard for Nigeria as Obi alleges. Because even Obi said we don't have standard. You understand me? Obi did not have standard. Liberia can never set a standard for Nigeria. What nonsense talk is that one? Are you getting me now? Liberia is one of the best country supposed to be the best country. Of course, we know the history of Liberia, you know. But Liberia cannot set a standard for Nigeria. Nigeria is the giant of Africa. You understand me? We show the way. We are the leaders of Africa. Are you getting me? That is the truth. You understand me? And others are looking up to Nigeria because that's who we are. You understand me? It is only when a bunch of criminals are coming to spoil the country, Nigeria, especially all the IPOP people, the Biafra people from the southeast. They are the ones trying to spoil the country, but they will never succeed. And just like somebody said, Professor Wasofia said, Obi will be president of Biafra whenever he comes. Congrats to him, because he can never be president of Nigeria. So that is the story. That is the story of the Bingos, running propaganda everywhere. Anything that comes from them will not make sense. It can never make sense. You know, when I read the tweet from Obi, I knew that these guys are a bunch of criminals and can never succeed in Nigeria. So, anyways, our prayers will continue to remain. Of course, we know that President Tinubu is in Germany, hopefully, and other places. You know, just like everybody is working together to make sure that they move this country forward. Man, it's not going to be easy. You understand me? So we continue to pray for wisdom, understanding for our president, for more knowledge, you know, to be able to save us from this challenge. There are challenges of high cost in food prices. People are shouting, oh, we can't buy food, things are expensive. We need solution. There are challenges in farmers do not have access to good road for their agriculture, for their farming business. We need solution. Their business people no longer have enough money to do their businesses, to do their business anymore. Small businesses cannot flourish anymore. These IPOP people, these Biafra marketers people from the southeast have now taken over, increased the price of food. We need solution. We need solution in this area. Are you getting me now? We need solution in our education system. We need solution in these areas. And that is what we are believing that the president and his team, his cabinet are working to make sure that there is solution, guys. So there is hope. It is called Renewed Hope Agenda. And all of us will be able to say, yes, we now have a president that have set a standard for everybody in Africa. That is my conclusion, guys. All the patriotic Nigerians, we pray for good health, for all of us to witness success in this country, and we can assist in any way we can. Of course, you know my name. My name is Akbarawa Nsima, the first son of Idu and from Akwa Ibom. And our job is to make sure that we continue to fight in order to protect and to defend our land. Stay blessed, guys, until I come your way next time. Bye for now.